Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today is definitely a different type of video. I just wanted to do a super casual one. I just came back from the gym. I am actually pretty cold right now, but I put on a sweater because I want to make this video because I have a lot of feelings right now. I'm feeling some type of way. I did a poll on Twitter, which I'm much more active on Twitter. Twitter's never been my thing, but I've been more active on it. So go follow me on Twitter. I'm always on Instagram and Snapchat I've been ignoring, but go ahead and follow me there. I've been doing more polls and just being more interactive. So I did a poll asking if you guys wanted to know about my fat shaming story at the gym, and I was saying how this hasn't happened one time, it's happened another time, and you guys said yes, talk about it, this needs to be talked about, and I definitely agree. I think this is a very big topic, and I think unfortunately it will always be a topic. Some people feel uncomfortable talking about it, some people want to talk about it but don't have anybody else to talk to, so that's why I'm here on the tube, so you guys can go ahead and have some combos down below, support each other, lift each other up. I would really appreciate that. So about a week ago, it's Saturday today that I'm filming this. I'm planning to upload this hopefully today, or if not, it'll be definitely Sunday. But I wanted to do this video because a lot of you guys have known that I've been on this more healthier journey. I'm not doing anything where I'm doing an extreme cut or anything. I'm just getting better habits, eating better, cutting out junk, just trying to have a better lifestyle and make it into a lifestyle, not just a quick fix or a fad diet. I don't want any of that. I just want to live a healthier life and acquire healthier habits as I go along, which it's been amazing. I finally feel like I'm getting everything in almost routine, where if I don't go to the gym, I feel like crap, or if I eat something, I'm like, I don't really like that anymore. So it's really been clicking into my head and also showing in my body. So I'm super happy, and I just want to say thank you so much to all the love that I got on my last video. I did a fashion haul, link it down below, my very first fashion haul. And I talk about certain things in there too, make it more fun, I just want this, everything to be fun and light. But for this one is a more serious video. Last week, Saturday, I went to the gym, and I went to the gym with Glenn, which I will say I'm so happy of, and I'll get to that point. And so I was so mentally ready. I'm just okay, I'm gonna kill legs today. I can't wait to do a lot of cardio because I kind of was off within the week, and I was so motivated and focused. So I start my warm-up session. I go to it's probably maybe my third exercise on one of the machines. I was doing legs and shoulders. So I'm on a shoulder machine, and I get on the machine, and I notice there's this guy there, and he's on his phone. He's kind of loud, being just annoying, because it's dude, it's the gym, why are you on your phone? But at the same time, I'm I'm not gonna not work out next to the the machine next to him because he's on the phone. I want to get my workout in. So I've been trying to do machines that I don't really use a lot, so that I can kind of switch it up and I can see more results instead of doing the same thing over and over, just challenging myself. So I get on the machine, I start doing the shoulder one. I do probably 2 sets, and all of a sudden, I see him, he kind of gets off the phone. I'm not really looking, because I'm one where I don't really look at other people at the gym. It's I'm trying to be focused. I'm all about me right now. I'm trying to get on my own grind. And so I noticed he just keeps walking kind of circling around the same machine right in front of me. And I'm just okay, this is annoying, because I can tell he's trying to get my attention. I'm trying not to look, and then he kind of does a hand thing. So obviously, you just look. I'm not someone where I'm rude, where I'm gonna be I'm not looking at you, blah blah blah, so I acknowledge him because I'm not that type of person. So I look at him, he's and he kind of does a thumbs up, but a face where he's giving me approval. And I'm almost that was really weird, because it wasn't a good job. It was oh, you're doing good. Okay, this is really weird. So I just ignored it. I did my 3rd set, and he's still standing there. So I'm okay, I'm not gonna be sitting at the machine, because this is so awkward, because he's still there, not working out, just almost standing there. I can feel his eyes on me, almost judging me. So I'm okay, I still have another set that I want to do. I'm not gonna let him ruin my workout, because that's another thing. I don't want anybody ruin my workout. I don't want to be stopped by anybody, because it's a freaking gym. Why can't I just do my last set and complete that one? I stand up and I start walking away, kind of I'm just, I'm kind of moving my legs around, moving my shoulders, trying to still just kind of walk away, because I still have one more set. So right when I go back to sit down to go and do my last set on my shoulders, mind you, I still have my headphones on. I've never taken them off. I didn't say anything, because when he was I was a little grin, okay, not but I don't know how to explain it. I think you guys know what I mean. A grin, oh, thanks, but I was still confused. So I get on there and then he taps me and I'm like, oh, bruh, like really? So he's on the machine and then he's like, hey, he goes, you look good. He goes, you're doing good. And I was like, oh, thanks. And then right when I'm about to put on my headphones, he continues to talk and I'm like, you know, looking at him. And then he gets up from the machine and he's like standing right in front of me. And then he's like saying, he goes, yeah, he goes, you've been hitting it hard, huh? He goes, you must have to hit it hard. Like almost saying like, oh, I need to hit it hard because, you know what I mean, in order to get results. And I was like, okay, this is so weird. And then my response is, I was like, yeah, I've been trying really hard, you know, just trying to hit it hard. And that's all I said. He goes, yeah, he goes, because I remember you. He goes, like 2 years ago, he goes, you were like big. And I literally was blown away. Like right now, just thinking about it, I'm so pissed off. I didn't want to cry. Sorry guys, you guys know how sensitive I get and how emotional I am, so I had to just take a minute to myself. But so the reason why I'm like getting so upset is because I'm thinking about it as it was happening and I'm sitting there like blown away, like what is going on? And when he said it, there's other people around. I'm trying to get my workout on. I'm starting to like feel way more confident and just feel like I can do this. And the way he did it, he wasn't like, oh, he goes, oh, because you were like big 2 years ago. And first of all, let me just say, I don't know who he is. I've never said hi to him ever. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. I've never seen him ever before. That's why I'm like, how do you even know me? Like, you're like, no. When he did it, he's like, oh yeah, because you were like big. And he puts his hands out like wide. And I'm thinking, okay, first of all, when I gained weight, yeah, I know I gained weight, you know what I mean? But I didn't like go up like 3-4 sizes, and who cares if I did? Who cares if I freaking did? You know, yeah, I went up a size. I went up to a size 16, and that was the highest I ever went. And for him to like exaggerate it so much, you know, I was like, whoa, and everything was going in slow motion where in my head, I was telling myself, Lizzy, freaking effing say something. Stand up for yourself. And I couldn't do it. I was blown away. I couldn't believe this was happening to me. It happened so fast from a stranger that I don't even know. It's like, oh my gosh, even just thinking about it right now, I'm just like feeling like, oh my gosh, you know? And I know I want to be stronger. I know I don't want to cry about these things, but it hurts people's feelings, you know? Especially when you're like doing so good. So when he did that, and I was like, like what? And then he proceeds to say, he goes, yeah, that's why, he goes, yeah, I can see you have results. That's why, he goes, that's why you got to hit it hard. And he said it again. He's like, all right, good job. And, you know, and just kind of like walked off, like giving me approval. And I was like, that was it. I was like, okay, first of all, that was like the biggest backhanded compliment ever. I think I hate backhanded compliments. I think it's so rude that people do that. I hear it so often to other people, or when people, you know, like, oh, she's pretty, but she blah, 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 blah. You know, it's always something, you know? And it's like, dude, like, can't we just uplift each other, motivate each other? So when this happened, I was like, whoa. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I have one last set. Should I just do it? I try to go for my one set. I'm doing a couple and I just stop and I just start crying. Immediately go running to Glenn because I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, what do I do? Like, I'm not strong enough to handle this right now. Like, I'm in shock. I was really debating what to do because I know Glenn obviously is my husband. He's going to stand up for me. He's going to be very pissed off, but he's the one who I go to. Who else am I supposed to go to if I can't go to him? So I told him what happened. He got really upset. He calmed down. I had him calm down because he's like, who is it? Who is it? He was so pissed off. He's like, I'm sick of men disrespecting women, all these things. I'm sick of people making comments, because he's really big on that too. He's a big advocate on uplifting other people, motivating people, never putting people down for their weight. Like, he's always complimented me. He's always made me feel so good. But like I said, this was a stranger. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So then Glenn finally calms down. I'm like, no, relax, you know, like anybody would react, you know, just pissed off right away. Because I'm like crying and I can't stop crying. Like, the tears were rolling down. I could not control it. It was making me so mad because I was like, girl, like, be strong. Like, you're stronger than this, you know. But again, it was literally came from like, psh, like out of nowhere. So Finally, Glenn relaxes and he's like, please, just tell me who it was. Like, there's no point in telling me if you don't tell me who it is. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to tell you. And he's like, well, we need to confront him and we need to tell him something and let him know that that's not right. And so right away I start freaking out. But then I'm thinking, why should I be scared of him? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, and you know, and that's what sucks, you know? You get scared. You think that you can't say anything. You can't stand up for yourself. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I should be very grateful that Glenn's with me because right now I can't handle this on my own. Let's do this. So it's that guy right there. Glenn goes up and he's like, excuse me, can I talk to you? And he like takes off his headphones, like kind of looks like, what do you want? You know, kind of thing. And then he looks back and he sees me and he's like, oh, like, you know, and immediately clicks to him. And then, cause it was probably like 15 minutes after he told me. Glenn's like, hey, he goes, I heard that you're having a conversation with my wife and I don't really appreciate the words that you used to her. And then he's like, oh, and right away, you should have seen his tone of voice. Oh, no, man, I was congratulating her. He's like, oh, no, I used to be 300 pounds, so to see what a transformation she did, I'm congratulating her. I'm like, that's not what you told me, though. I say, you didn't tell me you were 300 pounds. And he changes his whole story, starts saying, oh, me and my wife, he goes, we're beasts, so... And I don't even know what that means. I know how it is. Like, I lost a lot of weight. I'm like, but you never, the way you said it, I was like, you came at me like in a whole different tone. And he's like, oh, no, I was just saying. And then he starts looking at Glenn. He's like, no, bro. He's like, I was just saying how good she looks, how she's doing so good to keep it up. I was like, that's not what you said. And he was just like, I said, you said, and I said what he said. And he's just like, he didn't know what to do. And I'm like, yeah. Check yourself. Right away, he like apologizes, tries to say all this other stuff, changes his tone, trying to like congratulate me and all this stuff. And the whole story switches up. And I told him, I was like, dude, you don't even know. And I said the F word because I was just so upset at that point. I was like, dude, you don't even know who the F I am. Like, I don't even know you. You don't know my name. I don't know your name. Like, I said, you can't speak to people like that. I said, period. I said, you already know. And I told him, I said, you already know how hard it is for women or people in general. I said, you really need to watch your words. I said, if you're going to congratulate someone, then do it the right way. You know what I mean? You got to watch your words. And he apologized, blah, 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 and it was done. That was the first one. That just happened last week. But it was just so crazy to see him change his tone. Like, all of a sudden, he was, like, less judgmental and more like, you know, and all of a sudden, he was, like, super smiling, like, oh, no, I'm congratulating you. Like, he was going to give me some damn certificate or something like that. You guys, Glenn was just so upset for me because he's like, man, he, like, ruined your workout. Because then after, he's like, come on, let's just go in the bike room. Let's work out together. Because I told him, I said, don't leave my side. Like, I feel, like, so out of it right now. Like, because then people were looking, and it was just a whole thing. And I'm, like, trying not to cry. And I'm, like, I'm crying still when I was, like, even telling him, even though I was like so upset. And it was just such a crappy situation, you guys, like just to deal with. I just feel really glad that I had Glenn with me so that he can help defend myself, because honestly, I'm a really strong person. I tell people like how it is. Like if I'm disrespected, I'll say something. But when this happened, it was literally like from left field. I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? And it just really bothered me because I'm like at a point in my life where like I feel super confident. I feel really good about myself. A lot of you guys can tell too in my haul video. So for this to happen, I was like, whoa, and it tossed me off. And I was really upset that like it ruined my workout. But honestly, it was so fresh. We're human. We're emotional. And I mean, obviously a lot of people are going to react that way. Not necessarily everybody, you know. Some people may be stronger and be able to say something but like right away. But it literally just caught me off guard, you know. This is what I find like so crazy. So right now I'm fat shamed when I've already lost 16 pounds. I've lost already my dress size. I'm like at a 14, but I'm going down to a 12. I feel so healthy. I feel way more energetic. I'm just, you know, I'm really getting into the groove where I'm just so happy right now. You have no idea. So then I'm fat shamed here. So now another time I was fat shamed when I was at my weight where I was at size 16 and all of that. And I mentioned on a vlog, and this was like a year and a half, I would say, not 2 years. There's this lady and she comes into the bathroom. I'm like washing my hands and she taps me on the shoulder. She's like, hi, how are you? And like, I recognized her because she used to go to a gym, an old gym I used to go to, but this was probably like, I haven't seen her in like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years. And so then she's like, hey, how are you? And And this lady, I would just always just say hi, you know, because, you know, when you just see the same people, you're like, oh, hi, hi. I didn't even know her name. She doesn't know my name. It was just more like a hi kind of situation, whatever. So she's like, oh my gosh. She goes, what happened to you? And she looks me up and down, and I'm like, she goes, oh my gosh, you gained so much weight. What's going on? What happened? You used to look so good. Again, another fat shaming. I'm like, dude, like, it's like you're gonna get fat shamed when you do gain weight, when you lose weight. It's like, it's crazy how judgmental people are, and it sucks. Like, so to me, when this happened last week, I was like, damn, like, fat shaming can happen when you're on your journey, when you're way more fit, you have great results, you know, and even when you have gained weight, it's like it goes both ways. So I'm not going to go too much into that story because that lady was just super rude too. She just kept going on, and I was so pissed off. I forgot what happened right now because I can't even think about it right now, but I just remember just literally walking away like whatever. Like I tried to, oh, I remember. I wanted to say something, but I was like, no, she's older. Like, don't be disrespectful. Just walk out in class, because I'm not going to be like, oh, what? Blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm just not like that, you know? And what I wanted to say was, if this has ever happened to you, or maybe you might encounter this in the future, unfortunately, I just want to let you guys know to be strong, to stand up for yourself. I know it's really hard, but no one should be able to judge you, not even your own friends or family. Like, if someone comes at you with such a negative vibe, instead of uplifting, I would say something right away. Because if I had someone that was in my life, like, oh man, you gotta lose weight. Oh man, you're like, ooh, you know, like there's a certain tone that people can use with others, and it's like, no, you have to check them, let them know, and say, hey, it's not like you have to get all crazy. Just say, hey, I don't really appreciate you saying that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to say it. There's so many different ways to encourage people, like, hey, maybe we can go to the gym together. Or, hey, you know, I heard you've been working out. Like, you know, I'm sure you're gonna kill it. You're gonna have good results. There's so many different ways to say so many different things. So I just want you guys to be strong. I know it's so hard. Weight is such a big thing. And I want to touch base that it's not only people who are gaining weight. I know people who are really tiny and thin and have tiny frames, and then they get made fun of because they're like a stick figure or too tiny or no butt or boobs. And it's like crazy. So it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You will never please anybody. That's why you just have to focus on yourself. Focus who's around you, your friends and family who are encouraging you. If people are around you that are putting you down, you have to let them know, or you have to take them out of your lives. Unfortunately, that's just what happens in life. So I want to make sure I say this on, it doesn't matter what body type. And it's also not only with just like girls or women, it's also with men, because men also have insecurities. Glenn has mentioned insecurities. It happens to everybody. Like, there's so many guys that I've heard complain like about their legs, that it's so tiny, or, oh, I'm not tall enough, or, oh my gosh, this guy's so big with muscles, and like they get so self-conscious. And it sucks, you know what I mean? So I just want you guys just to love yourself, just be confident, and just make sure that you move on and you stay strong. I'm here with you. If you guys want to put some comments down below, I would love to see you guys, you know, just talk to each other, motivate each other. And all of this needs to stop. So if you're someone where you find yourself kind of like judging people all the time, you are in no place to judge. You just judge yourself and you worry about yourself. Don't make comments to other people like that. If you're going to make comments, then encourage others, uplift others. But don't be the one that's just like, oh my gosh, look at her, you know, at the gym. Because I've seen girls and I'm like, wow. I'll see like girls and all that at the gym, and you could tell they're like talking crap about someone, you know, who's maybe really tiny and skinny trying to lift weights, or maybe someone who's heavier in weight than them and they're trying to exercise, and you could tell that they're making fun of them. Well, you know what? At least they're in the damn gym or doing some sort of activity to help them. You know what I mean? At least they're doing their own thing while that person's just wasting their life on someone else to talk crap. At the same time, you have to check yourself too. I don't know. I just think it really sucks, all the things that people go through, how judgmental people are just on outer appearance. It's like, damn, like what about the inside? It's who you are as a person. And that's what counts. You know, it is a new year. I see a lot of people at the gym that are trying new machines. They look a little bit lost. And I'm always down to, like, if someone's next to me and they're on the machine and they're kind of lost, I'll help them. You know what I mean? And I've seen so many times where people are kind of looking at them like, oh my gosh, they're doing it wrong. Well, you know what? Why don't you freaking help them so that they don't do it wrong? And it sucks because there's so many new people trying to figure out things at the gym. I have so many people tell me that they don't want to go to the gym because they don't know how to use anything. And it sucks to be scared to go into the gym to help your own self just because you're scared of what everybody else is going to do or say or how they're going to look at you. And it sucks. My main advice is focus on yourself, get some bomb music, freaking just grind it out, and I'm right there with you. I hope you guys appreciate this video. I really just want to encourage you guys to be strong, like I said, from men to women, girls, boys, all ages, just everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and all shapes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and me just opening out and saying my stories. I love you. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you fine apples later. Mwah. Woo-woo.
Here we go, it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe.